Hello guys and welcome to part 14. In this part we are going to learn how to move nodes. Very important and basic thing. And also we are going to get to the project and highlight the icons when we have a success hit. Let's continue. What we need to code is a very interesting approach, okay? So let's erase this. One moment. Let's erase it. Okay. Let's erase it. And let's see this. When we have the icons display, but they are not visible, okay? Imagine that this is not visible. We will have the nodes in each position, okay? We'll have the sprite in each position. If we reach to 0 punches, if we have this situation of reach to 0 punches, obviously this won't be seen, okay? And what we don't want is to start, if we start to gaining punches and the icon start to appear again, what we don't want is the same combination. We don't want this because the player will know without needing to make the combo, he will know what are the combo that he needs to do, okay? So this is not what we want. We want that every time we reach to 0, we change the combo. The random combo, we call the function to generate a new combo, okay? Remember that we have 4 and we have 25% of chances to have one, okay? So this is what we want. And to do that, we need to first, this icons container, we need to put it here. The place that they were in the beginning of the scene. Okay, when the scene started, all the icons were here. And then when the combo was picked, imagine that we need to do a blue left jab first, so this will be here in the position 1, okay? So all these icons at the first, it was here, and this is what we want. So we want them to come back here and then repick again the sprite that will be shown, okay? So how we are going to do this? So in the same function that we remember that we have the visibility and we add or subtract amount of punches, we want when we reach 0, okay, when we reach 0, we want to emit 3 signals. And these signals are in the player script, okay? So it's the back to position 1, back to position 2, and icon back to position 3. So what does it mean? It means that with these 3 signals, what we want is to call these nodes. Okay? We are calling this node position 1, position 2, and position 3 because this is the absolute path for these 3 nodes. Okay? And then we want to wait, I want to tell you why we are doing this, okay? So we are connecting these 3 signals with this function. Icons back to position after 0 punch, and we count a new random combo. We make a new random combo. And we have some argument that is called position node, okay? And it's a string. Is this string. These are going here. Okay, position 2 or 3. So it's entering 3 times. So let me explain what we are going where we are doing with code. Imagine that we emit the signal, okay? The signal with the position 1. So we have the root position of this one. So this enter here, position node, okay? Then we are going to create a local variable. So this is why we put this, and in this variable we will get this node, okay, this position 2D. So we just get node and we have this path that we emit with these signals, okay? Then we want to store in a variable the position of the child that is inside of the position, okay? Of the position 1. So we have this stored, saved if you want to save. And then we're going to remove. So these are going to disappear. And we want to add this child, we want to add this to the UI node 2D. So basically what we are doing is taking out from here and putting back to the default position that was in the beginning of when the game starts, okay? And there is no random combo chosen, okay? So I repeat, we get the position of the position 1 node. We store that node. Then we get his child. This child we remove it from the parent. And then we add this node, this sprite 2D, to this node. We make a new parent, okay? And put it here. And then when we have, because we are going to do this with position 2 and position 3. So this, every time we change this, the function, this signal will change the function like 3 times, okay? So each one of the sprite will come back to the position that we want, okay? And then is the time to call, as you can see, the random combo again. It will do the opposite, right? It will take the sprite that we have moving back and it will say, okay, so red here, blue here, and red icon here, okay? So it will relocate again the nodes that we have erased, okay? So this is like every time we reach to 0, we give the player a feeling that he has to guess this new random combo, okay? So this is what we are going to code right now. So let's create first the 3 signals that they will put the icons back. So we can call it, for example, we have icon position that it set the icons to the position and we want to go back to default. So let's say, for example, icon 1 go to default position, okay? Icon 1 go to default position. Another signal that will be icon 2 and another signal that will be icon 3 back to default position, okay? You see that I like to code write the signals or the variables very long, but at least it will be clear. If I spend a lot of time without seeing that code, I will know that what these signals do, okay? It's also good to write if you want some information. For example, this will put the icons back to default position. We can take it like this, okay? So let's go back. We can hide this. We don't need it anymore at the moment. And also we can hide this and hide this. And yeah. Once we have the signals, okay, we need to connect the signals. So let's go to the fight scene. And here, remember that we need to connect to the player node. The fight scene manager we are going to connect it to the player node. And this will be connected to a function that we will call like icons go to default position. Let's see, position. What more we can say? Icons go back 4 punch count 0. Okay, so this function, it will be the one that will be in charge of putting the icons back. At the moment, let's just connect it. I always like to do this process of first creating the signals and then connecting and creating the function. So in this way, there will be less problems. Okay. Now we need to emit the signals. Okay. So let's go to when we reach minus or equal 0. Okay, and here we will do it in a different way. Let's create a function because we don't want to have like a lot of signals emitted. We just want to create functions in order to have a more readable code. Okay, so let's put icons back to default, and we need to make this continuous so it will not have this problem. Okay, so this function we will make it here. So let's put icons back to default. Okay, and what this function does, so it will emit the signals of icons back to default 1, and we need to get the position of the node. Which node, you will ask me? So this one. Okay, and we have done before. I think, for example, if we go to when the random combo function, we have here, as you can see, the root. Okay, the root of the path, the root path of the node. So let's use it. So yeah, let's copy this, and we just need to copy this 2 more times, and we change here to 2 and icon 2 and icon 3. Yes, and we need to put it this here. Okay, so now we are emitting the signal. So let's go to the function that we create in the fight scene, and remember that we are emitting the signal and also we are emitting the path of the node. So this function needs to have an argument. It will be a position, we can call it position node. Okay, and this will be a string for sure because it's what we are sending. And first, what we need to do is to create the position node. Okay, that will get, we will get the node, get node, and it will be the position node. Position node. Okay, so let's see this real fast. Remember that we are taking this node, okay, and we are emitting the signal of this node. Let's go to the fight scene. So we are emitting the signal that, for example, this here will arrive the position 1. Okay, and what we are saying is, okay, take this node with the position 1, because first, the first signal that we are going to emit, it will have the position 1 path. Okay, then remember that here it will be the child. Okay, these sprites. And this sprite, they will be here because of the random combo that has been chosen. Okay, so we need to store also the child, that it will be here when the game is running. Okay, so let's, for example, put bar child node. It will be equal to position node get child, and we put number 0. Number 0 is the first one. Okay, the order is from up to bottom, so 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now we have the position node and the child. We want to erase the node, the child of the node. Okay, so what we do, we say so we say child node get the parent, and from the parent get the child 0, and remove child. Okay, and remove child. We are going to remove the child node. Okay, so what does it mean? We are saying get the parent of the child, get the first child that is itself, and remove that child. Okay, and now let's add this to the UI. Okay, because it's the parent. So first, I think we need to name it, but I think we have it, right? Or not? No, we need to call the node. Position 1, position 2, no. So let's create this one. So on ready bar, because if I'm not wrong, let's see where in the beginning, as you can see, all the sprite are parents to the UI. Okay, so let's call the UI because it's the one that we want to call. Already bar, let's just call UI, and this is like a node 2D. Okay, and let's put, we can do as we want. Let's do it that way this time. And let's put UI, okay? Let's save it like this. And then here, let's just call the node UI and add child. Okay, what child? The child node that we have erased before. Okay, and this should be working fine. So now that we have said, okay, put the icons back to the default position of the UI, we need to establish a random combo. Okay, so let's go to the player script, and here we need to say random combo. Okay, let's call the function that choose the another combo. So let's see how it goes. So let's dodge 2, 2, 1. Okay, let's lose this. Gaining hits, and we will see if we have or not the same configuration. Fuck, what is this? Okay, so before launching the game, I realized that I made a mistake. Okay, what we need to do is only to get the parent and remove the child. Okay, we don't need to call again the get child. So get parent, remove child. Let's see if now is working as expected. Let's go to the remote, and we need to see, let's just hide the breakpoints. Another mistake that I have seen I made is that you need to connect all the 3 signals. If not, you will have a problem, okay? So we need to connect 3 signals. I was having a problem because I didn't understand why only back to default the icon 1, okay? So what we need to do is to connect the 3 signals, as easy as that. So now it should work fine. Let's see. Let's go to remote and see how it's working. Let's get the breakpoint here. Let's continue. So now, as you can see in the remote, we are changing the combo every time. I don't know what disappeared. Every time we interesting why this is happening. Maybe something about visibility. Let's see why this is happening. Another thing that we need to fix is that first, what we need to in the UI scene, the first thing that we need to be off is not the on. It had to be the right jab off. Okay, so let's change this. And let's see if you want here. Okay, we don't want this. We want the one that are not highlighted. And if we hit play, it seems that it has been fixed. Because I have been playing like several times, and this is something expected. So this is not the problem. The problem is when it appears here. Changing the visibility in the UI. No. It's not. So guys, I have been running the game several times, and this thing of the first icon appearing, it doesn't happen anymore. So we just might continue. And if you have this problem and has found a solution, just tell me, okay? At the moment, because we are in a prototype state, we can just continue because it's a minor bug. So it's not like that important. And maybe we just needed to restart Godot, you know, these kind of things. So we just continue and keep coding, okay? So the next thing that we want to do is to highlight the icons. So when we have the icon highlighted, when we have this situation, is when we land JAF and the JAF corresponds to the icon. Okay, so then it's highlighted. For example, this combination is 112, that is right, left. So we, in this moment, we are doing right the combination, right, and the next one will be highlighted will be 2. Okay, and when we are giving the right input, the icons turn it to light. So the visible of the icon turn to this highlighted. Okay, how can we express this in the code? Very easy. Remember this function. Let's go to this function, and this function was the one in charge to receive all the input. For example, if we attack and we do 112, this function is the one in charge to take this into an array and compare to the, for example, the combo that has been chosen. If they are not equal, so we have a mistake, but if they are equal, let's make this smaller. If they are equal, for example, if we do 112, this means that they are equal, so it's a KO. Okay, so we are checking in this in this function, we are checking if the first array corresponds to the first array that we have settled, and the same with the 2 and the 3 number of the array. Okay? And remember, we have two situations. Situation number 1 is that we land a hit. Okay? So we have, this means that the first one are equal. Okay? And then the second situation is that we fail. In this case, for example, we land a 2 and we should have landed a 1. Okay? So in this situation, we have failed, right? We have done what we want to do. So we have to take this in consideration, because this is the function that tells us if everything is going well or not, if the combo is going well or not. So here, remember that we are in the player script, okay? We are going to create a signal that will tell us to turn the gloves on or off, okay? In this signal, we are going to emit these signals in this function, the function that it will tell us if the array comparison is going well or not. Okay, so for example, in this case, if they are not equal, the first number of the array, we have made a mistake. So we just call the function attack discount. You don't need to see this, it's not important. So we just discount one punch to the player. Okay, if we have landed a hit, so it means that this is equal. Okay, if they are equal, so then is the time for us to emit that signal that we are going to emit 3 values. The first values is the position that is that we have located the icon. Okay, in this case, because it's the first punch, it will be the position 1. Remember that this is position 1, position 2, and position 3. Okay, and then we have 2 booleans that we are going using like true, false. In this case, I realized that we only need 1, and I'll tell you why it is. But these booleans are going to control the visibility of the icons. Okay, so for example, true will be that this icon will be seen, and false, maybe it will say that, okay, this highlighted icon, turn it off. But now I realize that we only need to use 1 to turn on and off this icon. You will see why, okay? So, yes, as I told you in the first one, we emit that signal. And we do the same, for example, in the second number of the array, we have the same situation. We can fail or we can land a hit and keep the combo going. So if not, we just call the attack discount function, okay? But if we land a hit, the icon will turn highlighted, okay? And the same in this case, because it's the second array, it will the second position, and we only will use this boolean telling that it is highlighted, okay? Make it visible. And the same with the third array. The last one, if we fail, this going to count as a discount, always will be a discount. And in this case, it will be the same. We are going to emit a signal with the turns glove. The third one to turn it on, okay? So it will be like this. It will be like this, okay? This is the function. And now let's move to where the signals are received, okay? So imagine, let's erase this to see it clearly. Imagine that we emit that signals that has a position, path, and then 2 booleans, okay? Let's move here to the file scene script, and we have connected the signals to that function that has 3 arguments, okay? the first argument is the node position in path, okay, in a string, and then is if we turn on or off the highlighted icon, or we turn on or off the highlighted normal icon, the not highlighted icon. So remember that we have two icons in one container. We have the highlighted one, that is this one, and we have the non-highlighted one, that is this one. Okay, so I think it's okay with just turning this one or on or off. Okay, you will see why. So let's move to the function to see how it's working. First we say, okay, the position that has entered, we are going to take it. So this means that we take, for example, position 1, 2, or 3, depend on the signals, okay? Then we just said, okay, let's take the icon group. So in this position, you have a child, right? That is this one, the only child that the parent has. So let's take it. Let's take it. Let's save it in a variable, okay? And this is why we're saying the get child number 0, the first one. Then let's take that highlighted icon. So we're saying, okay, inside of the icon group, take the first one. So the first one, if we are here, if we take this one, this means that we are taking the highlighted one, okay? And other thing that we can do is to take the number 2. That is the sprite that is this one, that is not highlighted, okay? So, very simple. When we emit the signal, we say, okay, the visibility, turn it on or turn it off. In this case, for example, we have matched the first hit. So this means that this one will be highlighted true and this one will be to false. So this icon will be the one that it will be shown. Okay? And for example, in the position 2, I mean here, okay, position 2, we are saying the same. Please send a signal, position 2, and this make it visible, and this one turn it off. Okay? What I realize is that we can just ignore this sprite and just play with visibility in this one. Okay? Because it will be on the icon, so it won't be a problem. Okay? So just doing this. Very simple. In the case of the position 3, we have the same true false. So we're saying, okay, store the position 3, take the sprite group, take the highlighted, take the normal, and then turn it on or off. It depends on what we want, okay? In this case, when we have a hit, remember that we want the highlighted on, okay? Okay, so first, let's create a signal. Call, for example, turn highlighted glove, turn off, on, off, okay? So we have a clear meaning of the signal. Okay, so now let's go to the fight scene and let's connect the signal, okay? So in the fight scene, in the ready function, we are going to turn highlighted glove on off with self, okay? And let's just call the function turn on off glove, highlighted glove, okay? Let's call it like this. Turn on and off highlighted glove. and let's create it here, the function, so everything is connected at the moment. Okay, so now let's go to the player script and let's go to the function that is on player span animation started. Okay, here we don't want to discount any amount of punch, okay, because this is something that we are going to do when we are comparing the arrays. So here is something that we don't need. Let me see. Okay, let's erase this. Oh, okay. Let's erase it. I'm gonna put pass at the moment. Erase it and put pass. And erase it and pass. Okay, so the only thing that we want is to add to the combo 1 or 2. The other things we don't want. Okay, and now let's move to the function that is on combo added. Okay, here as you can see we have different situations for the first hit, and here the enemy defense, so we make a mistake. So here we need to change amount of attack, and we need to put the one that discount, right? So let's take it for example from here. Add 1 to attack, discount 1 to attack, okay? So for example, when we fail attacking, because we don't do the right combination, we call this a signal and discount 1 attack. And remember that this signal will be sent it to here, okay? And we are going to subtract 1 to the amount of punches, okay? And then we're going to run these conditions. So let's go back, and then we here land a hit. So let mid signal turn highlighted glove on off, and because it's the first we can say is the first position, so let's just copy this path that we have in the other function, in the function random combo, and let's write down this and put true. Okay, so what we are saying is in position 1 turn on the highlighted icon. So we do the same for the other hits that we have. For example, in the second, we just need to change to 2 position 2, and here we do the same, because here we have the KO. And for example, here we will put the other highlighted icon. And remember that we also have to say, okay, here we have failed, so we discount 1 attack, and here we have do the wrong combination, so we discount 1 attack again, okay? And yeah, I think we have all that we need from this on combo added. Now let's move to the fight scene script to create this function. So first, remember that we need a position node that will be a string that the path will give us, and then just a boolean. We can call it, for example, turn on of highlighted glove, and we tell that this is a boolean. Okay, so these are the 2 arguments that the function needs to receive. So the first thing that we want for sure is to take this node. So bar position node, let's make it bar position node equal to get node, and then let's put position node. Okay, and now we are just going to take from this parent bar group node. Remember that we need to, if we go to here first, we need to take the all the groups, all the sprite that is taking all the two sprites. Okay, so let's go here and say group node. Let's make it also group node is equal to position node get child. Okay, get child number 0. So now we are taking this child, and then highlighted, let's put for example highlighted icon is equal to group node get child number 0. Okay, so we are taking first this group here, okay, and then we are taking the first one, because remember that the first one always will be the highlighted one. Okay, and then we just simply have to do, for example, highlighted icon visible dot visible equal to the turn on of highlighted love, okay, to this boolean. And with this, I think we have made the function that we. So if we hit play and we just do what we have code, let's do it. Let's take one. Let's take one. Let's take 2, and let's take 3, and we do the. Let's take 3 if we can. Okay, yeah. So 1, 1, 2. Okay, we have it highlighted. We have an error, but this is not important right now. The only thing that we want is what we have code. Then in the next part, we are going to see the exceptions, the things that we need to do to have like a complete system, and this will grant us what we want. Okay, but at the moment, as you can see, we can highlight the icons. That it was what we were looking at. Okay, so thank you guys, and see you in the next one.